Hi everybody, we back. Technical difficulties. We got some things going on. I don't know. Satan is alive right now, but hey, God is living even harder. You feel me? So his presence is felt even more. But yes, Bree, what we were talking about, living on purpose. Essentially, how we as people kind of contradict this Bible verse, in a sense, because we become selfish in our hearts and our actions. So why do you feel people have become so comfortable and content with the mindset of you can't save everybody as long as me and mine are good? I could care less about any and everything else, essentially.
Um, I know personally, if I try something after two times and I keep getting the letdown, that's like a jab to not only my confidence, it's a jab to my pride. So once you try to, and you can't save everybody is kind of a loose statement. You can't help everybody. That's just like if you have an issue and you need some money, and I say, Ren, you need some money. You like, no, I'm good, and I know for a fact that you're not okay.
Yeah,
Eventually, I'm gonna stop asking and either feel bad and just say, you know what, you can't help everybody because that's pride that won't let you say, sis, I need this.
for sure.
Or I'll just be like, as long as Brianna's taken care of, I'm good. Now that is an act of being selfish, but it stems from somewhere. That does not make it okay. However, I really do think that happens when you've tried so much and you constantly get the letdown. You're just like, look, I'm just gonna worry about myself and forget it. That's good. As long as I'm taken care of, I don't have to worry about what you're not doing right. And if you say the wrong thing, I'm over here good. When that's not how God sees it, He wants us to check on each other and hold each
Right.
other accountable. But unfortunately, you can't expect everybody to be that accountability partner because some people really just don't want to be that.
That's real. Because like I was saying, kind of alluded to. I know people probably listening. And like I said, they probably like, bro, we just out here really trying to make it for real. And shoot, I am too, y'all. And not even gonna act like I'm not. So I know we are all a person living on a personal mission, essentially.
Right.
Whatever personally that motive may be. But at the same time, a much deeper question we have to ask ourselves is, when does our missions become self-driven as opposed to spiritual-driven?
Yeah.
And there's a thin line in distinguishing the two. And my next question for you is, what do you think makes it difficult for people to distinguish between moving in your purpose as opposed to knowing God's purpose?
Well, I love that question because I was having that discussion with my mother. Hey, mom. And my cousin as well. So, before I answer the question, I want to tell you I like the definitions, and the definition of purpose is the reason for which something is done or created,
Mm,
the reason something exists. So that alone answers the question from a believer's perspective. What is the purpose of a believer? Why were we created? We were created to edify the body of Christ, build the kingdom, spread the message of Jesus Christ. Now,
absolutely.
everybody does not understand that. And I think that that comes with maturity and the further you get in God. But I told my cousin the other night, I said, we constantly, for some reason, and I think everybody is guilty of doing it. We tend to treat purpose like it's some final destination that you complete something and it just stops. So, like for a teacher, when you're in school, they give you a designated assignment and you have this amount of time allotted to complete it. Once you
Right.
complete it, your task is done for that day. Your task is done. So it's like, oh, my purpose was to teach this class for 1 hour and I can go home. That's not how it is for us. Our purpose, our main purpose, is edify the body. How do you do that? Okay, there's other ways. Your purpose, even though it's like an umbrella, our purpose every day could change. The end goal is build the kingdom of Christ. But how can I do that? It's Tuesday, right? So Brianna's purpose today might not be what my purpose is tomorrow. Today, my purpose is to get on here and build the kingdom with you. But
Absolutely.
tomorrow it could be do a good deed, give somebody a helping. You get what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
we have steps that get us to what purpose is, and I try to tell people, don't treat purpose like it's some end location and once you get there you have nothing else to do, because if that was the case, once you witness to one person, God, God forbid, he could just say, "You completed that. Let me call you back."
Absolutely. And
So it's like
definitely
purpose is really never ending until we meet the Father. It does not end.
facts.
Every day you're supposed to witness his name, like every day, and do it with your craft. You're doing it with Glory Stories. I use the gifts he's given me to express one, the light in my life that he is. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to say I'm saved and I do all this stuff. Some people can just look at you and say, "Man, it's something different."
Mm-hmm. They
And then
feel
I'll
it, your
ask, "What
presence.
is it?" There you go. Open door right there. That was your purpose for today. Let people see Jesus in you.
Deep, because like you were saying, I think it just boils down to your understanding your personal relationship with God and
Right.
following the spirit, like you was pretty much saying, doing what feels right. Because you know when some, because we all know when something feels forced or not genuine to you. You're not
You can see it.
essentially you're not at peace with it. So I believe to to truly be able to distinguish the two, you have to develop that personal relationship, like you were alluding to, with God, and ask Him to show you and lead you.
Right.
Then whatever comes to fruition after that, you develop that relationship. You can become content and trust in Him, and then He will reveal His purpose in due time, just like you were saying.
And you know what the best part is? I try to tell myself contentment is not something that I want. I don't ever want to get content in just being a photographer. So, my brother, I don't ever want to just get content in I got a bachelor's. No, go for your master's. There's always something to learn. Don't ever get content in I have a business or you have your platform and you got a million followers. You don't have to do nothing else. No, there should always be a hunger every day. It should grow every day. And if it's not, that requires self-evaluation. What is it that I need that I'm either not willing to go for, or ask God, show me what I need to dig deeper in.
For sure. Has it been evident to you what God' purpose is in your life thus far? And were there ever moments on your journey where it seemed maybe unclear at times?
Definitely. I think it's gonna sound funny, but I think when I was maybe 4 or 5, I kind of knew. So you can ask my parents. I told everybody in my elementary school my purpose was to be Yolanda Adams,
Okay,
or
single.
a WNBA player. I love basketball. You know that.
For sure.
I told everybody. They're like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I thought we could allude that to purpose. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Is what is your purpose?
Right.
Mine was to play basketball and sing. But the older I got, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to. And then when you get injuries, that changes. But
Definitely.
then,
I
I mean,
can.
I think I started really noticing what my true passion was. And then that helped me figure out, okay, I knew as a Christian what I was supposed to be doing, but I think my passion helped fuel what purpose was for me. Did it get hard? It's hard right now. We're in a pandemic. I'm not working like I would like to be. So then deep down, if I was not as grounded as I try to be, I would be like, you know what? I quit. This ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. And then
Right.
it can make you question, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this my purpose? Business isn't booming like I like, or I can't do what I want. The economy is messed up. People aren't, responding to my pages. I have this many followers on my personal page, but only 200 on my business page. I don't feel the support. I should just stop.
Right.
I've had that inner thought several times. And then that's when accountability partners come in and say, look, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let numbers. And that's another thing you talk about all the time. Remember your why. Why do you get
Absolutely.
up? Why do you do what you do? Why did you choose to play football? Brianna, why did you choose to do photography instead of a singing career? Why did you choose, why did you even say yes to being a Christian?
That's
Purpose.
true.
I mean, I question a lot of things about my own self because I'm still a human. And I think that's one thing we should not negate. We are human, but we're also spirit. It's okay to get down sometimes. It's okay to question yourself sometimes, but you can't let that sit here and then you sulk and you're like, you know what? The very thing that God gave you to do, you start questioning him when he chose you to do this very thing. So it's like, how dare you do that? He knew what you were capable of when he created you. Rest in that. Like he said you can do this, and there's plenty of scripture that backs it up.
Absolutely, that's true. Deep, deep, and I definitely totally agree. And I believe that I'm trying to, just like everybody else, we're trying to live it every day because I just personally believe that it's all a test, a constant test and reminder that He's in control. So whatever I'm doing at any given moment in time, as long as I woke up, essentially, I trust that it's His purpose for me. He still has a plan, and He still has order and direction for whatever He has called you to do, essentially. And for the longest of time, till to this day, sometimes I question, God asking Him to give me a clear understanding of what exactly it is, because on my journey, I've learned that even, what people may consider as success doesn't mean that it's His sole purpose for you, because you can find yourself never content, just like you alluded to as well, and itching for more, which ultimately can become greed. So I've grown to remain even keel, essentially, just follow the Spirit, be intentional, and allow Him to reveal the truth over time. Because like you were saying, it's scripture as well. The word says to never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord, meaning our lives and faith are meant to be lived with purpose and intentionally, right? So each moment we experience gains a new meaning, no matter how big or small, when we live for God and His purposes. So really, it's an everlasting test, like you were saying. But
and the beautiful thing is, with you, you're a football player. There's a million football players out there. But and my mom, like, she instilled in all of my siblings that while there are people who do what you do, they don't do what you do the way that you do it.
Absolutely.
So I'm a visual artist. In this pandemic, let's be real, we have seen everybody popping up with businesses. And while that is amazing, the key is to not get intimidated by that. Stay in your lane, the gifts that He gave you, work in that.
Definitely.
If you decided you wanted to start a photography business tomorrow, I am not going to be like, look, y'all, my clients stay my clients.
That's true.
I'm going to push you, because guess what? I'm not intimidated by what you have. I want to help you build.
Exactly. Build together.
But that you have to know, you have to check your heart. If deep down there's insecurity there, you're always going to feel in competition with someone, and that is not okay.
Definitely.
Build each other. And me and you do this all the time. You'll be like, Brianna, sis, let's work on a flyer. Let's work on a shoot. And I'm down all the time. And it doesn't matter. Like, look, you have a creative brain just like I do. And why shouldn't we come together? That's purpose right there. Build each other.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
That's true, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like I got telling y'all, man, she a lot of this stuff, like I said, man, if you see it and I'm involved with it, 99% of the time, Brita has something to do with it. Yeah, Brita has something to do with it, for real, y'all. That's my girl there, for real. That's sis, for real. But Bree, let's see if we can get my man Brad on here. That was good stuff. In here to get a little of his perspective on this topic as well. And let's see if I can get my man on here. Brad, how we doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. How you?
I'm well, man. Hey, man, nice to finally see you, bro. We communicating through text messages, but nice to finally meet you, in the flesh, essentially in the flesh, virtually anyway, bro. But tell us a little bit about yourself, man, first, and what you do.
So yes, I'm Brad Mitchell. Born and raised in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Shouts out to the 2-5.
Oh, okay. My people down that way. I got people that way. Yeah.
So yeah, man. So just young black man trying to live, bro. That's the most I can say, for real, man. Just actually back in Rocky Mount, been here for about 4 years. Just doing a lot in my community, trying to give back. I don't think this is my permanent stop, but for now, this is where God has me. So He's just been pouring opportunity, some expected and some unexpected, into my lap. So I just try to hear His voice and move accordingly, man.
Absolutely, bro. Shoot, and I see you talk about I not essentially talk about. I just saw it on your Instagram. Tell us a little bit about Mitspirations.
Yeah. So
Mitspiration, yeah.
yeah. So my brand actually got started when I lived in Durham. I worked for the city of Durham from 2013 to 2016, and I work with young people. That's always been a part of my purpose is working with young people. I started doing ministry at 12, and I was a K through 5 Sunday school teacher at 12 years old at my home church, and so it just kind of evolved from there. But while I was in Durham, I was working for the city, working with like the privileged and the underprivileged communities, and just like pouring myself as much as I could into those students. And I just like came to this understanding like there's more I can still give outside of work to like my peers and people who are older than me, things like that. So I got the idea to start a blog, and it was sitting for a while, and I was super hesitant to start it. But I had a phone conversation with one of my good friends, and he was like, "What's keeping you from starting it?" And
Exactly.
I was like, "Nothing." So he was like, "Bro, you got to do like Nike, bro. Just do it." So
Mhm. For
um,
sure.
so after I did that, man, it was a wrap. So my brand originally is the evolution of a blog. So I talked about everything like love, marriage, finances, all kinds of stuff. Like whatever sat on my spirit is what I kind of blogged about. And then as time progressed, I was like, there's still more that I can give. And so similar to Bree, I am a
Yeah.
photographer as well. I added photography to my business. I also do. I don't call myself a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
I feel like the motivational speaker title is like, oh, I can give you a message that sits inside of you for a moment, and then you forget it years later. So I consider myself a pioneer, like a perspective. So
Yeah.
my thing is I just try to offer perspective and make things and everyday concepts live a little bit more, and cater to the audience I'm servicing with my articulation skills and things of that nature. But yeah, man. And aside from that, I'm a college ministry leader. My ministry at my church is called 1821 Ministries. Um,
Dope.
so we cater to the 18 through 21 year old age,
Nice.
because that's kind of
Needed.
that's that turning point, right? You're graduating
Yep.
school, going to college. And I'll be honest, like I was raised in church, but I definitely drifted away for a quick second in college, getting overwhelmed by personalities and being from a small city and then meeting people from big cities and everything else with big personalities. I kind of felt small. So, I became a follower, but God kind of repositioned me to be a leader. He afforded me the opportunity to pledge Alpha fraternity. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
out.
what's up, bro.
So that's a different dynamic of my life, that I appreciate God for blessing me with. So overall, man, I'm just here to do what God has me to do, man. My quote for my brand is "Live true, leave legendary." So just living in the truth of who God designed you to be, and leaving a legacy behind for those to follow,
Fact.
in the blueprint. So that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely, bro. And like me and tonight we talking about living on purpose or with purpose. Like Brie alluded to earlier and kind of touched on. So, what do you feel your purpose is, and do you believe it is in line with God's purpose currently?
I think my purpose is kind of multifaceted. I know my calling is to uh, be with young people, to pour into young people. Um, a lot of folks say I got some pastor in me. I kind of
Yeah.
scratch my neck at that one, like
Yeah.
but I tell people all the time, I love the Lord, but I can't do grown folks. I'll take you pastor any day. I would much rather be a youth pastor. I can deal with that drama that comes along with kids, because even though they won't say it, they have that desire. They want to be molded and developed. So I can do the youth pastor thing, but I don't know about the full congregation. If it's a part of the plan, I ain't gonna say no. But I can see the youth pastor thing coming into fruition at some point. But yeah, man, and just uh, I really think like I value my position in my family. I'm the oldest grandson on my mom's side, and I just try to be that example, man. I got a lot of younger cousins, and I've kind of lived in such a way to where it's like y'all don't have an excuse, because I really done laid the foundation for y'all, especially my male cousins. And so I just try to be that. But I wear a lot of hats, and I think all of them are part of my purpose. I'm a son, a brother, a godfather. I have three beautiful god kids. Um,
Nice.
You know, I'm a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in a relationship for almost 9 months now, man. It's been a beautiful experience, a more God-centered relationship. So it's been the
Congrats, bro.
healthiest
Congrats with that.
I've had, yeah. And just, you know, I think overall, like, even now, like I'm about to start grad school for public administration, so it's gonna pull me away from one-on-one interactions with young people, but I can help sit at that decision-making table and actually be one of the people who actually care about what concerns them and have more of a caring say in making decisions for them.
For sure. Definitely, bro. That's dope, man. Well, we're going to transition into a few games, Brad. I appreciate that for you guys. Allow y'all to have a little, friendly competition a little bit. Kind of liven it up a little bit. All right. So let's see if we can.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what we got now. Let's see what y'all working with.
I hope I can win.
Let's see what y'all working with now. Here we go. Is it pretty straightforward? The first game is it's called Fact or Fib, right? You just see the you see the statement on the screen,
Yes.
right? And you get to decide if it's fact or fib. So Pinocchio was the first animated full-color Walt Disney feature film. That's a fact or fib.
I took the history of Disney and Pixar, and I can't even.
Yeah, y'all gonna have. Oh yeah, it's a time limit too. So y'all got. Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna give you a 3 count.
Fib, and I'm gonna feel really bad if I get that wrong.
I'm gonna say,
but fib. I don't think it's correct.
Y'all, so we had 2 fibs.
Fib.
Okay, and the answer is fib. It is. That's correct. Definitely. It is a fib. Yeah. The first one was actually Snow White. So that one was a fib. All right. Next question. Question number 2. So that's 1-1 for y'all. Donald Duck's sister is named Donna.
Fib.
Fib.
I don't know. When I don't know, I just say fib. So when in doubt, don't.
I think that's a fib.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Y'all said fib, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the answer is a fib. Definitely. All right, that's 2. That's 2-2. Y'all doing all right. All right, here we go. The odds are in y'all favor right now.
Okay.
Switzerland shares land borders with 4 other countries. Fact or fib?
Corin, these questions.
Hey.
Can we just say fact? It makes sense.
Fact.
Fact? Y'all both went fact?
I'm going to go with it.
Okay, your answer?
Wow.
That is a fib. All 3 of those were fib. And that's the end of that game. I ain't want to, I was going to conclude the game, but I was going to tell y'all this is the last question. But sometimes that kind of give you a little hint. If I went, one of the other one was going to be the other answer. So I tried to keep it kosher and fair. But here we go. We're going to transition into game number 2. After that round, y'all actually tied up. It's 2-2. And like I said, this one is called Who Knows What? Multiple choice. So y'all see your choices right there. How many blue stripes are on the U.S. flag, the American flag? A13, B0, and C10.
C?
B.
Right. No, there aren't any. It's red stripes. And it's the blue. He got me because I'm like, the answer is always C. But that tells you I don't like looking at that flag anymore.
All right. So the answer?
It's definitely 0.
It is 0. It definitely is. I was gonna try to throw a little wrinkle in there for y'all.
It's a blue box with white stars.
Yeah, the blue is in the corner. That's why I just threw that one in there, kind of, trying to play.
We all have some type of issue with that flag right now.
Nah, for real though. Definitely worldwide, it is. It's kind of a problem right now. Everybody ain't really fully for it, for real. But here we go. Next question. How many bones are in the human body? 200. A, 210. B, 208.
I think it's 208.
C, 206.
I think C.
I think it's 208.
We got a B and a C.
Please let me be right.
All right. Your pops, Bree.
Yes.
Your mom said. Your pop said, "Hey."
My mom said, "Wait, what did
Here
she
you
say?"
go.
Pop said, "Hey." I think it.
Sis said C.
Thank you, Kristen. Somebody has my back.
Actually, the answer is C.
Yes.
It is. Yeah, it is C. If you tapped in kind of to some anatomy and physiology, may have been able to guess that. But I mean, shoot, you probably ain't took that. It's in forever. But I was about to say that's the only reason I knew it, essentially. But yeah, it's 206. All right, here we go. Last question for this game. Which ocean is the largest? A, Pacific, B, Indian, C, Atlantic.
Ooh, I had a question. I agree. I remember that from school.
We have two A's.
Yes, confident to say.
And your answer? It is A. Y'all are correct with that one. Definitely. So going into the final game, Bree is actually up one.
Let's go.
Yeah, Bree is up one. Okay, so the next game is called Pick the Misfit. And the final game is a little more difficult. So you'll get the same 3 seconds to decipher, and you'll get 2 points if you get the answer correct. So Brad, since you got a chance to come back, take the lead, and we can go down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? You get an opportunity to go down to the wire. So here's your 3 choices. Of these 3 choices, one of these essentially doesn't fit, and pretty simple. You get to choose which one do you feel is not in line with the rest. And you see the hint up there is manufacturer, and you have those 3 choices right there, and you can choose which one you feel does not fit.
I'm just guessing.
All right, so we have a C in there.
I'm gonna tell you after the answer why I guessed that.
I'm gonna go B. I don't know.
Okay, we got C and a B. They locked in. Actually, the answer is A.
I knew that it wasn't Hissens because I think I have a Hissens TV.
Yeah, and I was saying manufacturer because Hatitachi is Japanese manufacturer, and the other 2 are Chinese manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a which brand isn't a manufacturer, not which country. Smart.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're going to the next question. There you go. That's question number 2. Pick the misfit, and the hint is insect. Insect.
I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna get on the count of 3. Y'all can lock it in. 1, 2, 3.
B.
B. Oh.
What? I got a B and a
B. We both said B.
Okay. We got 2 B's, and your answer?
Oh.
It is B. And what's y'all logic with that? How y'all figured that one? How you figured that one, Brad?
So when I saw mining, you remember back in the day when they used to sell the little ant farms?
Absolutely.
I think it's like, I don't know the right terminology, but I felt like there was an ant called a miner ant or something.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Brad.
And then, like, I forgot what insect is do beetles do digging or something?
It's the they do dig, but the digger one is it's a bee. Those are bees. Are bee, yeah, and the crane is a fly. Yeah, but yeah, definitely you was on track with that the mining. Yeah. Definitely, yeah, that you was hip with that one. Definitely.
Well, Brianna had no logic, so kudos to Brad.
Yeah, so we're going into the final question for the evening, right? And essentially Bree is still up because she got that one right. So if Brad get this one right and then Bree get it wrong, Brad wins. If y'all both get it right, we essentially know it was Bree's night. So here we go. The hint, this is your last question right here, is produce. Produce. Your hint is produce. And on the count of 3.
Is that a calorie? Is it a C or a G?
It's a C, Bree.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know my eyes sometimes.
Yeah. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm gonna say C.
I'm gonna say A.
He might win. Who knows? I don't know.
All right, we got a C and an A. And your answer is C. Exactly. Great. Is I don't know if she knew or not, but
I don't
calorie
have a
is
clue.
a pear. Yeah, and it was produce. Calorie is a pear, and Baldwin and Cortland are apples.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
but that was fun. Bree came out on top. She got a little mini bragging rights for the moment, But you all are gonna go home with something. You both will get a glory story shirt. Y'all see my shirt?
Hey,
I send you a shirt for your efforts. Just give me your address and stuff like that. We'll get it to you. But before we close for the evening, we have a final focus. We'd like to share with you all. So let's check it out. I'm gonna bring it on the screen for you. Final focus moment.
Some of you are in the darkest of darkest valleys. I don't know what you're going through, but I know what you need. Hope. And I want you to know that beautiful things can come from your broken pieces when you give your broken pieces a chance.
It is okay to be scared. It is okay to cry. But giving up is not.
I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish.
I don't care how dark it look for you. I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters say. It ain't over. No matter what happens to you, it ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Do you understand that you cannot have a degree and still be just fine? Now, whatever you've been through, whatever that is, guess what? You still here. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way. And you're going to be okay with it. Pull yourself together and quit tripping, because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning. When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk, don't do that, man. Don't do that. When they tell you you're not gonna make it, don't believe them, man. Don't believe them. You got to be relentless.
And I'm saying to you, what if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. See, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. And people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
Wow.
your faith forward. You know, the word says, "Let us not grow weary in doing right and good. At the appropriate time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we do not give up." So I know at times it seems tough and you feel alone, but remember that you're not. God hears you when you cry out to Him. So always keep the main thing, and keep faith pressing forward. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all next time. Love. Appreciate you, Brad and Bree.
No problem, man.
Thank y'all.